To me, I feel bad in the first instance because being a military in Nigeria, I believe in professionalism. And if the Nigerian military are not professionalized enough to dispose bomb, calling it a mistake, I think so many events like that would still come up and so many innocent lives will be lost. But all the same, nothing is not possible. Losing of life, they are all fellow Nigerians. It's possible they can lose their life, but the military have to do something about that. Every compensation have to be paid to them. You understand? Yeah, I think a thorough investigation needs to be done about this. This is all about bombing. It's not just car accidents or gunshots. This is bombing. And any detonation has timing. You cannot send a bomb without timing. And they have to investigate on it. They have to be wanting who made it, who did the bombing, how far, what the mistake, how did it come up? Bomb is not just matches. I feel bad, but there's nothing we can do about it. A mistake is a mistake. But there just have to be an investigation.
Well, my reaction to it is just the fact that it reflects gross incompetence of the Nigerian Air Force. We are now in 20th century. So before you embark on such a thing, as is obtainable in most parts of the world, not just the developed nations, you must have had your intel information adequate and accurate before you embark on such a thing. And those lives wasted there, precious life of Nigerians and perhaps non-Nigerians. So somebody should be and must be held accountable. Of course, they should investigate it. And all the people that are involved, they should be prosecuted according to the law or according to what is obtainable in Nigerian Air Force. But they should not go scot-free. Terribly, I feel so bad about it because lives, precious lives, were wasted. And most of them have a lot of potentials for this nation and humanity. After the whole thing has been investigated and the people involved are properly prosecuted and sentenced as the case may be, the government should adequately make sure they pay compensation to the families involved, whether direct or indirect.
It was a very sad one indeed. You understand? But for me, I think mistake could occur at any time. Nobody is above mistake. But there are some mistakes that must be investigated. For me, I feel that it has to be investigated. You are talking about military. These people are well trained. I think they should be very good in reading map, to know the location they are going. They should communicate even before they hit their point. You understand? For them to just come up to tell us that it's a mistake, I don't think it will have to go beyond that. They have to investigate why such mistake happened so that such mistake will not repeat. Because these are people that ran away from being killed, massacred by Boko Haram. The people who are supposed to protect them ended up killing them. I think there should be something like Nigeria flag or anything to indicate that this is where the camp is, so that such thing will not occur again, because it's a very bad one indeed. I feel very sad to hear such things. Well, they have died. Funny enough, I just pray and I wish that Nigeria government should take care of their victims. But this is not the first time we are seeing people losing their loved ones. At the end of the day, such people have been abandoned on their own fate. But I just pray such should not happen again. I feel so sad. It's so sad, and it's painful. And this is the same IDP camp that the welfare that we're supposed to be giving to the camp has not been given, and corruption has lubed the camp, and accidentally, as the Air Force claimed, that they bombed the IDP camp accidentally. I think it needs to be investigated. Somebody has to be responsible for that, and it needs to be investigated. I think the UNA has to be involved in this. The Air Force would have been supposed to be they're supposed to work with expertise, and the expertise should have known that they can't come back and tell the public that they bombed the IDP camp wrongly, accidentally. So that's why I said earlier on that somebody has to be responsible for that. So it's a nonchalant attitude on their part.
Well, waking up yesterday, I saw it on Facebook, and I saw it on the news too. So, well, it is regrettable. Maybe it's accidental or intentional, nobody knows. But I know only God knows. So, but it is regrettable. Killing over 200 people, IDP, people residing in the IDP. I also had one of these people giving aid to UN or UNESCO giving aid to. So also in the I know it is regrettable. I think it should be investigated. I think it should be investigated. Nigerians feel bad about it. I feel bad about it too.
Well, it's a mixed reaction. It's a mixed reaction for me. It is sad that Nigerians have been taken out on a daily basis, let alone by Nigerian authority. It's very sad. But I will not lay the blame at the doorstep of on the military. Maybe it's a deliberate attempt, like some people attempted to say. I will not say it's a deliberate attempt. I would say it's maybe technical errors in course of operation. But that as it may, it should not repeat itself. We are talking about human life. It's very sad. For me, it's very sad. It's very sad. That's just what I can say. Now, it should be investigated because sometimes in the act of war, there are saboteurs. So we can't rule out maybe there are saboteurs among even our own military personnel. We have causes where people give information to enemies in cause of war. So if we have incidents like that, if it demands that to be investigated, it should be investigated. And let's know who and what happened. I'm very sad. You're talking about human life. I'm very sad. If it would have been my brother, if my brother is somewhere around that axis, maybe as a humanitarian officer or anybody, I'm very sad.
Which can't talk with that one say they do mistake. They no check and wear. That will not be mistake. Understand? They want to know if that's in the work or not. Boko Haram they no go there, go bomber. Understand? That's in the human life they waste now. Understand? That's in pay me no. When I this morning, I know that's to do me for body. I have to do me for body. I feel like crying. That one I've seen a mistake. No be the mistake. Guys, I'm going to appeal them, investigate them, make them find person who do one. I want to know that thing. That thing pay person now. That thing alive they talk now. Money no dey, still they lose life. That thing it don't make sense now. That one don't make any sense at all. It don't make any sense. Make them investigate them at them.
For me, it is a very big mistake and it's a very a national disaster for our military to make such a erroneous mistake in this our country. Anything can happen in this country, Nigeria. They're supposed to know the particular area where they're supposed to be bombing. And the information that they got that they use in bombing the place, well, don't they verify about it? So I don't believe it's a mistake, though a mistake can occur in every part of human life, in every door of human activities, because they have been doing it for long. Yes, of course. I appreciate if the government will investigate it. It's bad in fact, it's bad, very, very bad. I feel bad about that situation. The innocent people that they're supposed to, the people that run out from a war-torn area and are still being bombed innocently.
Well, that was very, very unfortunate. Very, very, very sad. You understand? But whatever may cause the incident, government should investigate to know the root of it. I mean, we are talking about human being, not you understand? So they should do whatever they have to do to investigate that matter, because it's so sad. Whatever government has to do, let them do it. If it's accidentally, by the time they carry out their investigation, they will know the truth. The truth must come out. It's so sad to hear that kind of news.
In fact, it's so sad, it's obvious. But they needed to be prosecuted. So it's so sad. It needed to be thoroughly investigated and know the actual why this incident occurred.
It's a pity. And the federal government is supposed to know what to do about it. It's a really, really pity because nobody is praying for any accidental or whatever it may be. So federal government should be careful and make sure they take care of whatever may be the issue or the problem to avoid all this killing and accidental bomb issue or whatever they may call it. So the investigation is supposed to be carried on immediately effect to avoid any kind of incidental again. So they know what they're supposed to know what to do to make sure that they finally get what is the right there. It's a really, really pity. It's a really pity. I'm not happy. It's a very, very sad story. For me, it's a very sad story.
That is terrible. For an Air Force to kill a fellow Nigerian, a citizen, is bad. It's very, 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 very bad. So I don't know what the federal government might do. I don't know their action, but the federal government need to take a serious action on it. The federal government should investigate the matter seriously. They should not just keep this one aside. There should be a compensation to the families of the victims. So let it not just be as usual, as we know. Let the federal government compensate the families of these victims. It makes me feel bad. I'm telling you.
They make the wrong accidental discharge. But if they, instead of them doing such a thing, they should have go to the government's houses and start bombing them there. Because I don't think we have a good government in Nigeria. So that is my own point. What they want to investigate in it, there's nothing incidentally. There's nothing that is accidentally. Everything in Nigeria is planned. So let them start killing themselves instead of killing the masses. And the families of the victims, well, we advise them to be praying for those that have gone, because they have nothing to do to it. They have nothing to do to it. I'm not feeling good. Nigeria today is not good. When the time of the regime of all these Abashas, we people are complaining that Nigeria is not good. At that time, we are still buying kerosene of 1 liter, maybe 2 naira 50 kobo. But now we are buying close to 300 naira per liter. So everything is getting spread every day. We pray to God that everything should get better.
I think the government needs to ascertain the truth. But if a camp was bombed by Air Force, an IDP camp was bombed by Air Force, well, I think it's an accidental occurrence. It's possible, it's human. You know, accidents are bound to occur, and it doesn't matter where it's coming from. But what is important is for the government to really ascertain the fact, the truth. And where that fact is being ascertained, gotten to be true, going forward will be for government to see how to really look into this, the deceased, and see how to help them by giving them relief material. I think that's the going forward. The news is coming to me for the first time, but I feel pain for the families, especially those who are losing their families and all that.
Dropping that bomb, I believe really that bomb is a mistake, because it's not an open mind to them. You understand? I just believe it's a mistake to them. But I feel bad hearing those things, you understand?